Good morning, students. This video is for class 8 for the subject of English language. Students, today we will revise the topic transformation of sentences, which we have already done on dated 7th December 2020. Students, in our previous lessons, we have done sentences and types of sentences based on their meaning as well as based on their structure. So, now all of you must be knowing that based on their meaning, the sentences are of 4 types, that is, assertive, interrogative, imperative, and exclamatory. In this lesson, we will learn that how to change sentences from one type to another type without changing their meaning. So, conversion of sentences from one type to another type without changing the meaning is called the transformation of sentence. For example, I admit that you have done your best. Affirmative sentence. So, without changing its meaning, how can we change it into negative? I do not deny that you have done your best. Students, in this example, you can see that now how we can change one type of sentence into another type without changing its meaning. Students, there are different ways in which we can transform a sentence. So let us start interchanging affirmative and negative sentences. There are 3 ways to change an affirmative sentence to a negative sentence. Number 1, we can use a word of opposite meaning after a negative word, or we can use double negative. For example, I shall always remember this kindness of yours. Affirmative sentence. So, we will change it into negative. I shall never forget this kindness of yours. So, here you can see that how we have changed an affirmative sentence and assertive sentence into negative sentence by changing the opposite. Remember, we have changed remember into forget. So now secondly, we can also transfer a sentence by converting it into a negative interrogative sentence. We have to make other necessary changes in the sentence. For example, you yourself wanted this transfer. Affirmative sentence. So, by using negative interrogative, we can change, didn't you yourself want this transfer? Sign of interrogation. So, here you can see that by making the sentence both negative and interrogative, we can change affirmative to negative without changing its meaning. Number 3, we can also convert by replacing the word only with none but. For example, only a beast could be so cruel. So this is an affirmative sentence. So when we will change it into negative, we will replace only with none but. None but a beast could be so cruel. So here we have changed an affirmative sentence into negative. Students, we have learned about the conversion of affirmative and negative sentences. Now we will learn about interchanging, assertive and interrogative sentences. Students, only those sentences in which the interrogative form has been used for the sake of emphasis can be changed into assertive form. An affirmative question implies a negative statement and a negative question implies an affirmative statement. For example, Ramu is an honest man. Assertive. Isn't Ramu an honest man? Interrogative sentence. Then second example, who can believe her story? Interrogative sentence. How to change into assertive without changing its meaning? Nobody can believe her story. Assertive sentence. Example number 3. Is this the way to treat our aged parents? Interrogative. This is not the way to treat our aged parents. Assertive sentence. So students, now we will do interchanging, exclamatory and assertive sentences. Students, as we know that exclamatory sentences are spoken under the impact of a strong emotion. They have a word order slightly different from that of an assertive sentence. They often begin with how, what, oh, that, if only, alas, etc. So while changing an exclamatory sentence into an assertive sentence, use the normal order of an assertive sentence. We can also add some suggestives of original emotion. For example, what a hilarious comedy! Exclamatory sentence. So how will you change it into assertive? It is really hilarious comedy. Assertive sentence. Example number 2. How confidently she answered every question. Exclamatory sentence. How to change into assertive? She answered every question very confidently. Assertive sentence. So, next example. If only my parents had been more understanding. So, how to change into assertive? I wish that my parents had been more understanding. Then the sentence starting with alas. Alas, the great leader has departed. How will you change it into assertive? I am so sad to know that the great leader has departed. So, students, we have done with the topic And in this lesson, you have learned about transformation of sentences and how to interchange affirmative and negative sentence, assertive and interrogative sentences, exclamatory and assertive sentences. So now I hope that you all understood the topic and you will be able to do it easily in your forthcoming examination. Thank you and have a nice day.